Everything down. I gotta wait till she gets done figuring out with that. We won't stop exactly at 4 people, so we're running a little over, so I'll just be over a little over 4 o'clock. Be a little over 4 o'clock, so I'll wait till she gets done, then we can go. And remind me if I am not speaking loud enough, remind Lucerne to speak up. Remind me to speak up if Lucerne starts to get a little quiet. Say, no, we can't hear you. Don't sit there and go, well, I can't hear. At least tell me, because I don't know if Lucerne's not speaking loud enough. I don't. So, we're going to have fun. Once you get started.
Is there anyone else who has not paid yet? What happened to the 2 people that were just here?
They walked out.
Okay, thank you. Just checking.
When you get done, Lori, could you just shut that door and turn the one light off there that you have there?
I will.
I need a light off.
Just let them know that pick up a little energy.
Okay.
If they come towards it, it'll go off. But I mean, it's not gonna be loud. Just let everybody know that gadgets and stuff are running. So.
The gadget's on the floor. The tape recorder is actually taping spirit talking around the vibration, and also that gadget with the red light on it. If any spirit comes next to it, it'll light up.
Like that.
Yeah, it'll light up like that. Something gets near it. And hopefully, I have this going to be. You'll see this on YouTube. The only thing is, I'll talk for a little bit, and then I'll go into spiritly talking to you. I won't put all the because it doesn't matter if I put some of the stuff up I'm doing, because I'm not showing your face. They don't know where the reading's going to. They don't know where. I thought spirit was here. So, but I will put this on YouTube. And remind, I have cards over here. Remember, I do have a large YouTube channel. So if you want to go on there and look at some of the stuff I have posted. I do have other events I've got coming up. I do have another event like this up in the villages, but you have to be a member of the village. You have to be one of the village people. So if you're one of the village people and you want to come up to that event, that's going to be up, and that's going to be up in March 23rd. I do have other events going on, so if there's something you want to say, well, I'd like to do that. I have table tipping coming up. That's another event coming up in a couple of months. That's pretty well packed when I do this.
Can you raise the volume on the microphone at all?
Want me to raise it?
You want me to shut the light off yet or wait?
That sounds good. How's that sound? All righty. I just closed the door over there, Lori, so. But it'll take me a couple of minutes to get into Lucerne, and he'll talk for a few minutes. He'll talk.
Can I come back in?
Yeah? But he'll talk for a few minutes. He'll say some stuff, and he'll understand who he is and what he's doing. So before he starts going and talking to people in the audience, but just watch what's going on, because you're going to probably see my face transfigure, different faces around me, different situations going on. So I'm going to go in. You can talk about around yourself. I'll go in, and Lucerne will come. Will be in the vibration.
It is time for you to say that be here the moment I have a treasure. I have almost solidified within the vibration. I'm almost here. So the more I speak, the more I become comfortable with the vibration around Lewis. I will get stronger with who I am. I want you to know that my name is Lucerne. I have never transposed or incarnated here. That is something of my choice if I did not be here in the vibration. But I have incarnated in other planes of existence. There are other places, other planes of existence in the spirit world that you can incarnate to and live lifetimes there. Similar to this earth plane, but in different modalities, different vibrations. So when you go back to the spirit world, there is many choices to make within your lives. You can allow yourself to come back here, or decide to look somewhere else in the spirit world and understanding something else, living in another dimension or another place of vibration. You could live in one of the galaxies, in one of the solar systems here, in the vast universe, or spend most of your time in the spirit world if that's your decision in your life. There is nobody on the spirit side of life that is telling you that you need to come here. So let your spirit guides off the hook. You decided that journey for yourself, to venture here and take this lifetime on. And as you move through this earth plane, and I tell Lewis the same thing, and I will explain to individuals as long as I can. You do nothing wrong in this earth plane. You do nothing wrong. You live a lifetime. You live an incarnation. Your life spells, the vibrations within your life sometimes affect others. It does not affect you. It is collateral vibration as you're walking through trying to help the situation causes a negative effect within your life. But it was there to help the universal energy move to where it needed to be. Sure, we all have life lessons and challenges that we have to go through in our lives. But it is the challenge that makes you who you are. It is never the destinations that have been chosen. You chose those. Think of your life being ushered into a very large building on the other side. The first room on the building is actually the destinations that you are choosing in this lifetime. Second doorway you go through is your guides, your helpers, your protectors, the vibrations that are going to travel with you as you make the journey on this earth plane. And then the third doorway before you venture here is the choice of parents, of vibrations of where you're going to be born. Then down you come. But once you get here, you've forgotten. You've forgotten why you were here. Travel your life and think you're doing it right. But remember, if you have to do something in this lifetime, we will move heaven and earth for you, pull you to that situation and get you to where you need to be. So don't feel that we will lose you somewhere on the path. Some of you made the decision in your life to leave early, later in your life. You've decided these vibrations and someone has sometimes decided it for you. Because you are there as collateral. You're there to help and encourage their spiritual growth, their movement in their vibration to move them to where they personally need to be. So don't feel bad about situations in your life. Always look at the journey that you're on, that journey that you're taking. Is it comfortable for you? Maybe you should change the journey. Maybe you should move in another vibration within your life. But always remember that you choose a journey. You choose it. The people, the events, the situations in your life. It's how you interpret those vibrations, is how you arrive at that destination. Kicking or screaming, or if you hear a spirit in the spirit world, cutting duct tape with her teeth. You should pay attention of where you're going, because we were there to help you. We do not lower our energies far enough in your vibration, only as at a time in your life when we were there to protect you. We stay at our high vibration above you, and we allow you to raise your vibration to touch us, to touch our vibration. There are 47 spirits with me that have lived on this earth plane. There are people here that have been through incarnations and different things in this earth plane. The major guides that I have with me are me, Lucerne, and Tobias, and Deidre. Deidre is from Atlantis. She's an angelic presence. She comes when she feels there's a need for her to speak. But it's usually today you'll probably just get me and Tobias, if that is where we need to be, or if someone needs else to come through and we deem that they are good for the vibration, we will allow them in. We allow them in. We don't allow people in and around the vibration that are a little unbalanced. No sense of us dealing with them. If they're part of your family tree, God bless you, you keep them under your family tree. We have to say that. So I'm going to go through the room and speak to you, and I know Lewis has explained to you that you need to make a vibration unnoticed of what you're going to say. Just say something to me so that I know that I have connected to your vibration. You know, I have guides here, and they will move when I say, and I just speak to you. These guides that are with me will move in and around your vibration to connect to the energy flow that I am propelling towards you, so that I have that connection to you. That's why people asked you as mediums in this earth plane, can I have your name? Can I have a sound of your voice? It isn't a question that the sound of your voice is going to change anything around the vibration for me, but the sound of the voice is for you to know that I'm speaking to you, and to allow the guides that are working with that perspective to pull themselves around you. The loved ones, the people there are with you. So remember that when I asked you, and I'll wait for you to answer me, but if you don't be upset if I don't come back to you. I'm going to come to the lady here at the very end here, my dear. She said something, dear?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
my dear. You know, there's been a gentleman in spirit with you, my dear, that is, his lifespan was not as long as he wished it would have been, my dear. He's traveled here to try to speak to you, but I do feel like his passing would have been quite unexpected when he was here. Quite unexpected, my dear, because he thought he had a lot more time, a lot more energy here and the vibration here, my dear. You are working on yourself, my dear. There are spirits in the spirit world, from medical vibrations to different things working on you, my dear. Not that you need this help, dear, but they are encouraging the energy flow that you can personally use it later, my dear. So you can move past something, move through something without being disrupted, as I would say, my dear. You picked your family, and it's kind of cute that I've gone to you, the first one, my dear. You picked your family tree, my dear. Not actually the family that you should have picked, my dear, but just God bless you, my dear. So you pick them, and you have to put up with them.
Yes.
Most of them are okay, my dear. There's just a few that need to be taken for a ride. You know who I'm speaking about too, my dear.
Yes, I do.
Just allow them to be there. I'm going to go to the lady next to you, my dear. There's been this guide with you, my dear, that is very strong-willed, and he died during World War II, my dear. His plane went down. He's an aviator. He's a guide for you, my dear. He steps in very close to you, and he wants you to know that he knows how to raise the energy for you and how to propel that emotion for you. But he's been a guide, has been sent to you. And he wasn't off this earth plane before he started coming back as a guide for people. And he sits with you, watches you, along with the older woman that sits with you, my dear. She has her opinion about things, let me tell you that. She's not a quiet woman when she has an opinion about something, my dear. And I don't feel like you are too quiet if you have an opinion either. You will voice your opinion very quickly if it's something you personally need to say. You don't internalize it as other people think you should. You're doing exactly what you need to do, my dear. Exactly what you personally need to do in your life. So remember that when you're talking and learning something, my dear, know that your guides and people in the spirit will direct you exactly to where you need to be. Trust yourself. You have a good being, dear, a good understanding of who you are. Trust yourself. You're your worst enemy, my dear. You beat yourself up sometimes. We love you. People in the spirit world do, my dear. Know that that's about all that counts, my dear. As long as we all love you, you'll make it through the earth plane quite nicely. Just know that we love you. And I leave that with God's blessing, my dear. Lady next to you.
Yes.
I feel like you need to instruct or help or encourage people in your life, my dear.
Thank you.
I feel like you have a knowledge, and it might not be all from this lifetime, dear. I feel like you encourage situations from other lifetimes, other vibrations. You don't know why you know it, my dear. It's just, you know. It's a vibration within your life that you know, my dear. So trust that information that's being propelled towards you, because even if you help one individual on this earth plane and help them move them to a different level in the spirit world, my dear, you are rewarded. You don't have to fix everyone, dear. You'd like to,
Yes, I
but there are these people that you will make a difference in their lives. You will move them to higher ground, my dear, higher situations within their life through what you know, what you compel within your life. The gentleman in spirit loves you, my dear. He loves you, my dear, very strongly. And I do feel like his passing would have been a little unexpected for him also, my dear. But he loves you dearly. He just has a strong connection to you because you chose him. You chose his energy. You chose his vibration. And he is appreciative of that because he said he didn't come up to the bar. He didn't come up to the bar that he should have been with you, my dear. So he says he should have come up to the bar. So I just want you to know that he's very loving and very supportive in your life, my dear. But start to teach something. If someone asked you a question or asked you for something, allow yourself to spread the knowledge that you have within you. And I leave that with you, my dear. I'm going to the lady here.
Yes.
I want to... You've been through Crazyville, my dear. There's been some situations in your life you just have to roll your eyes with. Because I had a guide here in one of the group here with I Follow Me. Says, oh, we can help her. She's been through so much. And I do feel like there are people in the spirit world that are going to do that for you, dear. Not like I can get you to meditate and get quiet within your life. I can't do that for you. I can't propel that in your vibration or do that for you, my dear. But I do feel like you need your time to be quiet. You can't attract people that are too broken and too discouraged in your life, dear. If their life is discouraged, you've already had enough in your life. You do not have to sit and listen to that. Vacate yourself from that situation, my dear. Don't sit and listen to negativity within your vibration, because you internalize it and then it becomes part of your vibration. Once you arrive at something negative in your life, just give it a wide berth. Don't allow it to be part of your life, my dear. Your health vibration should run pretty decent for you. You have a doctor in your vibration named Jason, my dear. He's a doctor. He helps you. He's a doctor on this earth plane, my dear. He works very well with something to do with allergies. And I feel that strongly with him. So he stepped in very close to you. They're misting your vibration, my dear. So it means that you're taking care of something that you could be allergic to, or something that you could have some kind of connection to, my dear. Listen to yourself. You'll make your right decisions. But stay away from negative people, my dear. They're not going to be good for you, and you know that. You have an understanding of that, my dear. I go to the lady here.
Yes.
You know, I just want you to find your purpose in your life, my dear. Your purpose, your vibration within your life, your connection of who you are, my dear. I sense you've been through some situations that you had to take a breath. You've had to reevaluate, reset. The guides back here keep hearing a GPS going, recalculate, sir, recalculate, sir. So I feel like we're recalculating a lot in your vibration, my dear.
Yes.
So I feel like you need to pick your journey. Be specific with him, my dear. You have this gentleman in spirit with you, but I probably wouldn't have asked him for much because he wasn't really good at a lot of stuff, my dear.
He wasn't what?
He wasn't really good at a lot of things, my dear. He was a jack of all trades and a master of none.
Yeah.
So he was trying to tell me from the spirit world. But I feel like he's trying to help. I wouldn't allow him to address your money situation, dear, because he wasn't really good with money. There were situations with him that he can help, but there are only certain situations that he can do, my dear. You should ask for your highest and best and nothing else. Highest and best, my dear. Highest and best for you.
May I ask one question?
Yes.
Is this Pluto moving into Aquarius going to elevate human awareness?
It will elevate it as long as the person is ready for the awareness to happen, my dear. A lot of people go through the change the vibration with astrology and vibration and situations, and the change is afoot, but they do not see it, my dear. You have to train yourself to be able to adjust yourself to accept it, my dear. Sure, that energy could come to the door, but unless you open it, my dear, it doesn't come through the door. So that's through concentrating yourself on it. Ask your guides to allow you to see it, my dear. You'll see it. It will raise whatever you want it to raise, but you have to be specific with it, my dear. Specific situations. Astrology has its own power, its own vibration, my dear. But remember, as long as you give it power, it will take on some kind of substance within your life. If you give it no power, my dear, it will pass you by. It'll pass you by. So if that's something you want in your life, make sure you ask for it, my dear. Make sure that they come and bring it full force within your life of what you expect from it. And you definitely will see it, and it will evolve you to a higher level, my dear. It will. But you have to ask for it. Much is given to those who seek, my dear. I'm going to go to you, my dear.
Hello.
You probably in this lifetime would have made an extremely powerful nurse, my dear. You're like Mother Teresa sitting there, my dear. Want to help, want to encourage, want to bless people with your presence, my dear. There's a woman in spirit that she wished to take care of everyone, she said. She didn't ask for a lot in her life. She just wanted people to be happy. Very strong-willed, very understanding of people's troubles, my dear. You're probably a good listener. You listen well. You might roll your eyes when you get away from them, dear, but you listen well. To situations that are going on, and you'll make your opinion, and you'll do your best to help them. There are questions here ahead of you, my dear, that you'll have to look at. Make sure you follow the right path for yourself. You could be Mother Teresa somewhere out in the wilderness, my dear. Maybe you should stay on the path and allow them to find you on the path, my dear. No sense that you're going off-road at this point. Make sure whatever happens in your life fits you for the next 5 years, my dear. 5 years. Within the next 5 years, your life will take a whole new meaning within your life, a new understanding of who you are. You'll see it, my dear. But don't take on stuff and run off path, because if you do, you'll take a long time to get back to the path that you're supposed to be on, my dear. Just ask yourself, whatever happens in your life here, does it fit you for the next 5 years? Does it fit your vibration for you? Not for me, not for someone else, but for you, my dear. And I leave that for you. I'm going to go to you, dear.
Thank you.
the woman here in spirit with you is, she walked past our guides over here and they were all fanning themselves. I feel this woman would have smoked a lot or she would have had some kind of smell. One of the women back there said she should bathe herself. But I feel like she had a certain smell, like tobacco or some kind of smell that was very, everybody kind of went, she's here, she's here. But I do feel like you're stepping up very close around you, my dear. I feel there's something to do with cardinals with you, and I don't know if you see them and you remind you of someone, my dear. But there are cardinals, a lot of red cardinals in your vibration with you, my dear. So I feel like cardinals could be a spiritual sign, a connection to spiritual growth for you, my dear. Listen to yourself. You too, my dear, should listen to your higher self. People want to know how many times they were incarnated on this earth plane, my dear. You've only been incarnated on this earth plane 4 times, my dear. You don't like it here. You don't like coming here. You'll do it under duress, my dear. You're here because you're here to help others, encourage others on their journey. You're okay with who you are, my dear. Very unlikely you'll come back to this earth plane unless you're actually forced when you get back to the spirit world. Because you have family there, you have people there who love you. This is not a place that you'll get through this and you'll do what you need to do to help everyone here, my dear. But when you cross over to the spirit world, you're going to be glad that you're home. That you arrive back to your home, your homestead, your place of existence, my dear. That is where your heart is. That is where your love is, my dear. Sure, you're going to help people here and you're going to encourage them, but I don't feel like you have any life lessons in this lifetime, my dear. They've all been for other people. You've been on a journey, my dear. Like somebody ran into your car and stole the GPS and swiped the keys and left you sitting there. Or you were trying to get everybody to where they need to be, so you've had to make decisions. But your soulmate is on the other side, I know that. Because there is a soulmate there, smiling and just laughing and giggling at us. So I know your soulmate is there, whether you met your soulmate here or the soulmate never incarnated here in the first place. So hopefully you're not looking for a soulmate this lifetime, dear. I don't want to be the one to just burst the bubble for you. No soulmate to this lifetime, because they are already on the spirit side of life. They're already there. They already have arrived back home, helping and encourage you on your journey, my dear. Come, lady, here on the end.
Hi.
You know, I feel like your energy has a lot to do with nature, my dear. I feel like you would be very well in some kind of old religion, my dear. More with herbs, outside and kind of walking outside. And I feel like you get your energy from Mother Earth. You get your energy from the earth plane, my dear, from a walk or a quiet moment out on the porch or out in the yard. I feel like your quiet moments is what it charges you and recharges your vibration. I feel there's a woman in spirit with you, dear, but that she used to work very hard in the yard. Kept a nice yard, she did, she says. I feel like she liked planting, she liked watching things grow, she says. Loved being outside, loved being out with her hands in the dirt. I feel like with you, every once in a while, just walk out of your yard, if you have a yard, to do that, my dear. And just hug a tree every once in a while. Just hug a tree, my dear. Just pull the energy into your vibration. Ask the tree's permission. And just give the tree a hug. Allow that energy to reside within your vibration, dear. You have a very large Indian vibration in your life, don't you? The Indian in your vibration, dear, is Cheyenne.
Oh, okay.
Cheyenne. I want to go out west a little bit with the Indian tribe, with this individual, but he's more of a warrior, more of a guide for you, more of a connector for you, my dear. He works with your health, your well-being, your vibration, and he carries one red feather. I don't think his name is Red Feather, it could be, but he carries this one red feather hanging off of his hair. So I feel the red feather has some kind of meaning, and I don't know what that's going to show itself to you here in the future, but you're definitely going to see it, my dear,
I
in
know
the
who
future.
it is.
And I feel very strongly with the people working with you from the spirit world, my dear. I leave that with God's blessing. lady here in the white here on the very end, my dear. I just feel like you have a lady in spirit that she loves music. She hasn't turned the music down. She loves playing music. I feel like she played music in most things she did on this earth plane. She loved the sound of music. She didn't like people arguing, didn't like people fighting. She didn't like that, just like the sound of music. And I feel like you need your quiet time, my dear. You need that patience time. I don't feel like you were born with patience in this lifetime, my dear. Not one of your attributes in this lifetime does not. You'll be patient with people within a situation, my dear. You don't take on people that you have to work too hard on, my dear. If they aren't fully assembled or at least have all the pieces there, you don't deal with them well unless they take responsibility for themselves. That's what it is, my dear. Spirit is trying to tell me that somebody around you needs to take responsibility for themselves. Need to take responsibility for their own life, their own situation, because they are the ones that created it, not you. You could fix it for them, but I feel they could fall back into the same rut again if they do not fix the situation themselves. They have to make that opportunity and fix it. And I leave that with you, my dear. Lady, next year,
Thank you.
I want to there's a gentleman in spirit with you, my dear, that looks quite a bit like you. His facial features look a lot like you, my dear. And I do feel like you didn't fall too far from the tree with this part of the family. There's definitely a resemblance with where you are in your life. There's a resemblance, my dear, with these individuals in spirit. You take after your family, dear. You might not want to, but boy, there it is very evident within your vibration that you picked a certain tree in the spirit world. I feel like you're wanting things to get better, my dear. Things to move at a higher rate. Know that you have people in your life raising your vibration. You're a little stubborn sometimes, my dear. Just a little. But there are spirits raising your vibration as we speak. And I feel within the next 3 months, my dear, you're going to see something that's very beneficial, very good for you. Accept it, dear, because it is a reward from the spirit world for you. Don't decline it thinking you don't deserve it, my dear. Yes, you do, my dear. You deserve a lot more than what we're going to give you, but accept what is given. Because once you accept it, it opens a path, dear, for you to gather more. Ask for perfect health. We're not going to disrupt your health, my dear, at all, but ask for perfect health in your vibration. You picked your family tree, so I can't change that from the spirit world. But as long as you take care of yourself, don't listen to people. Try to cook for yourself, my dear. Don't allow people to try to feed you their stuff. Eat what you feel is best for you. Don't eat because you're being polite, my dear. Eat because what you feel is best for your vibration, and you will stay healthy, my dear. You will stay extremely healthy in this lifetime if that's what you want. I need that with God's blessings. Lady, next year. Dear, I want to we in the spirit world watch television every once in a while. When you guys turn it on, we watch what's going on the earth plane. I think it's cute from what we hear in the spirit world. You have the Aflac duck just walking around you talking, dear. Just this duck talking, this white duck. And it could be some kind of spiritual animal for you. Maybe the white duck has a spiritual meaning for you at this point in your life. But this very large duck, white duck, walking around you with little babies, walking in your auric field. And I have to say that that has some kind of meaning as a spiritual meaning for you. The gentleman in spirit with you, my dear, would have not been really good with his life. He would have tried his best. He says, I did my best. It's all that can be asked of me. I did my best. But I feel like he's very apologetic to you, my dear. Very apologetic to your vibration because he said, I should have done better. I should have been better. I should have done better. And he's very much in and around your vibration with you, my dear. You're very close to people. You won't allow certain people in your vibration. You don't allow a lot of people here, my dear. Your friends, I could hardly count on one hand the really good ones that you have in your life, my dear. One hand. I feel like you've been hurt before. You only allow people in when they pass a test. You don't have a bad test, my dear, it's just a test. Just to make sure that they have your highest and best under concern. Remember, this gentleman's apologetic in the spirit world. He did the best he could, but he said, I should have done better. I should have. And I leave that with God's blessing, my dear. Gentlemen here. Dear sir, I feel like in your life, sir, that you're like locked in a trunk and you're trying your best to try to break out of that trunk. You're trying your best to break out of it, to move past it, to get some kind of conscious situation from spirit. I don't know what's happened in your first part of your life, sir, but you should let some of that go. Whatever decisions you made and whatever vibrations you made were more for someone else. Maybe it was for a child, to get a child where they needed to be. Maybe it was for you. But all I can tell you that is, whatever happened behind you, it doesn't matter to us. It doesn't matter to spirit. You hold on to things too much, sir. Let it go. Allow yourself to attract something brand new in your life. You're thinking of doing something in your life that you've done before. But if you've done it before, sir, you're going to have to reassemble it or redo it. You can't do the same old thing as you've done before, sir. You can't. I wish I could say you could. But if there's something you have a good understanding of, then ask your guides what you need to do to improve it. See what arrives in your life. You have a guide in your vibration, sir, that is more of a traveler. He is not a guide that sits here. He appears in people's vibration because he's a traveler. You could take a trip, sir, but along that trip, information will arrive. I could follow you during the day and your own personal life, sir. Yeah. It's something. But I feel like you are who you are, and you're not making apologies for yourself, and don't do that. Everything happened in your life for a reason. But what goes on from today on is up to you. Not up to somebody else to tell you that's the way it should be. I feel like you should run your own business and do something you control or manage yourself. I could tell you that from the spirit world, but I better get somebody back here in the spirit world with some money. I better have them start hauling some money up here, because if you're going to run your own business, you're going to need some. So, we put that word back in the spirit world, so yeah. If you get some money, don't tell everybody you know you have it, sir. They'll be like cockroaches, my dear. Everywhere, they'll pull it away from you. Put the prosperity away for yourself. Set yourself up in business, do what you need to do, and leave some kind of a legacy for someone. Leave a legacy, my sir. I leave that with you. Woman next to you. There's a lady, I have to explain this to you, my dear. There's a lady in spirit. Back in the 60s here on the earth plane, nurses used to wear these really stiff-looking hats. Really stiff-looking hats they used to bobby pin into their hair. These really tall, little stiff hats. And that's what this lady come walking up behind you with. I feel this woman would have probably been in the hospital field or the nursing field or something in that vibration when she was here. She's not a small-built woman. She said she carried her weight well, but she liked who she was. She's not a slender built. We're not slender. She said, I had a little meat on my bones, young man. But I feel like she tried to help people, try to encourage them. But I feel there's something to do with caregiving, something in that vibration with her, because she's definitely putting this hat on. Like she wants me to see it. There's a little like cross on it, like a little cross, like a Red Cross or something like that vibration with her. But she sits with you, watches you, my dear. You have a few people in your life, my dear, that are a couple of eggs short of a dozen, my dear. I feel like you could try to fix it, my dear, but I feel like I just need to sit down and give some of this stuff a wide berth. Kind of make you roll your eyes a little bit, my dear, just let it go past you. Don't take it under consideration and waste a lot of time with it, my dear, because something in your life you've wasted some time on. You wasted some time on Spirit says, so don't waste any more with it. Find your purpose, what you feel is best for you. With you, my dear, I would pick up a paintbrush. Not because you're painting a house, my dear. Looks like you should do something very artistic. You might surprise yourself, my dear. You might surprise yourself at what you can actually do. You need to clear your mind, and doing something artistic will help you do that. I don't care what it is, my dear. Something that you would have a good time with. They serve wine, dear, if the better for you, my dear. Just go sit somewhere and enjoy the company. You don't have to paint the masterpiece, but enjoy the company wherever it is, my dear. And I leave that with you. Woman next to you.
Yes.
You had a guide here laughing, my dear. Giggling. They were trying to pull a lot of people out of a clown car. Giggling, my dear. I feel like you are at a crossroads, my dear. Go left, go right. I wish I could tell you to go somewhere else and do something else in your life, but go left or go right in your life. It's all you can do at this point in your life. One route's going to be more scenic than a direct route for you, my dear. So take the route which pleases you on that journey of the vibration. Relationships have been a life lesson for you, my dear. You've had to be the adult. You've had to be the one in charge, and you're exhausted with that, my dear. But I do feel there are people coming in your life, and you're still supposed to meet your soulmate, my dear. Doesn't mean you marry them, my dear. Don't be out looking for someone. But I do feel like you will eventually, you'll have someone in your life, more of a soulmate, somebody to help, somebody to encourage, and just to walk the path with you, my dear. Not asking you for anything. That'd be a big change in your life, that people weren't asking you for something. So I feel there are guides, people coming to help you in that direction. There's a guide in your vibration named Mary, but I feel like she has something to do with family or the. Somebody said she was off the earth plane, but she's been off for a while. But her name is Mary, and I do feel like that's an easy name for here in the spirit world. And she steps in around your vibration, but I feel like she has some kind of connection to family, like an Aunt Mary or a cousin Mary, but there's something to do with Mary with this. We're very animate with that vibration with her, but she's kind of a guide for you, my sir. And there's an animal, keeps trying to climb underneath your chair, my dear. Wants to be there with you. Wants to be there. A lot of animals here today, a lot of pets moving through the room, sitting here with you. And I leave that with God's blessings. Come to you, my dear. I want to I don't want to change what I do or change what I have in motion, but I feel like I want to reorganize my resume, reorganize what I'm capable of doing at this point in my life. That includes on a personal level, my dear. People forget that you have to set your own personal resume of what you're able to do and what you want to do.